Welcome to Bastards of Oblivion. My first assignment was at a naval air station. It was October 1981. I was assigned a room all to myself, which is odd. Most new recruits are assigned to quarters which house 3 persons each. However, I was an E3. Still, whatever. It was a quadruplex unit which had handicap accommodations. The rooms were basically a 1-bedroom apartment. I had my own parking spot. The first few weeks, I spent my days sitting in what they called the White House, answering phones and driving the captain around. I also swabbed the deck and emptied the trash. I even mowed the lawn. There were so many officers around me that saluting was dismissed, unless in the line of duty. So here I am, alone in my room. I'm thinking about the occult library my father has. I'm thinking about the experiences and the near escape experiences, which I have clearance to recall. This is all too amazing to be true, but it gives me some confidence in myself that I don't receive elsewhere. I wonder if an A school will have an opening soon. I awaken at 3:30 a.m. I know what this means. I have to pee. I walk to the bathroom. I step into the door only to find myself in my bathroom. So I pee. I walk back to my bed and yep, there I am snoring away. I laugh at myself, how vulnerable I appear. I open my eye and then close it. It always makes me laugh. Since I am out of body, I decide to go outside. The ionosphere has some interesting quirks. All I did was desire to go outside, and there I was. It's like fading from one scene in a movie to another. Uncle Merle is there, so is Lieutenant Christian. I look in the sky. It is a dark navy blue. The full moon is in the sky directly overhead. A coven of witches flies overhead and begins to fly circles around the moon. Well, would you look at that? Uncle Merle raised his staff and a bolt of lightning shot forth, striking one of the witches. Damn things are like cockroaches. And he fired another shot. Suddenly, a dome of darkness slammed over us. It was growing tighter, and we could feel ourselves being constricted as the dome began to shrink and tried to close into a little ball. The darkness had the effect of making us lose heart and be afraid. I said, "There once was a man from Nantucket," and everybody started laughing. The dome of darkness shattered. Uncle Merle raised his staff. Lieutenant Christian bowed his head in prayer. I began spinning my chakras and prepared to become an astral capacitor. We've worked together before, so this was one of our more common tactics. In unison, the power enveloped us and rose into the air, joining together into one stream of wild plasma. Even with the 3 of us working together, it was a bit like trying to control a fire hose all by yourself. We eventually found a trace of the wormhole through which the dome arrived, and the wildfire followed the trail back to the sender. It works the same way a wick works. There was an explosion in the distance, and we saw the mushroom cloud from where we hit. It wasn't really like an atomic explosion. It's more like branding everything with a flat iron. We just added the mushroom cloud in the spell for effect because we thought it was funny. We stood there for a minute, which really doesn't exist. Anyway, and we were admiring our handiwork. "Damn, it feels good when that works," I said. Merle spoke up. "I like that whistling noise you called a screaming Mimi. That adds a really nice touch." The lieutenant looked at me. After a battle, he always seemed to glow. "You are going to meet Petty Officer Stevens tomorrow, but I suggest that no matter what, you try and keep your appointment with the Super Chief. He wants you to go to church with him." "Church?" I scoffed. "Oh, come on, man. Where's your sense of adventure?" And then the lieutenant disappeared. "Nice work, kid." And then the wizard disappeared. So I went back to bed. was preparing the coffee pot in the White House. A new arrival was checking in. It was the guy I'd bumped to in boot camp. I had literally bumped into him while entering the head-in barracks. He recognized me immediately. "Welcome to paradise, my friend. I just put the coffee on. I don't officially start for another 10 minutes. Actually, I had already relieved the previous driver, so I was on duty, but I said it anyway. I found our copy of his orders and then had him sign a bunch of papers and stuff. I gave him a key to his room in the dormitory and told him I would meet him for breakfast in the galley because the captain always ate at 1000 hours sharp. He agreed, and he went on his merry way. The funny thing about how all this works when the common bathroom portal trick is utilized is that you find yourself having done all the things you would have done had you actually been in the bathroom. It has to do with intentions. I may explain this later. Anyway, the biggest problem is the laws of physics and time, which doesn't really exist. The butterfly effect is a bullshit theory designed to keep you looking in the wrong direction. If this wasn't true, then we would have killed baby Hitler and the bastards of Oblivion would still be a ragtag band of misfits. Which we still are, I guess, actually, but at least we have a name now. Besides, who knew going to the bathroom could be so interesting? "Airman, relieve yourself and ready the jeep." "Aye, Captain." He likes that. I stepped into the bathroom and I am out in front of my house in the dream that I had about the wildfire. It's Merlin. "Uncle Merle, why do you always do that?" "I forgot to tell you that this Stevens kid has a shadow following him. The saint is being sent to Apollonia and I need a break. High command assures us you can handle this one." And then he disappeared. I thought of the captain and I was stepping out of the head. I was closing my fly as if I was in a hurry. I know this because if Merle hadn't called me, then that's what I would be doing. I waited about 5 minutes in the jeep before the captain arrived. And then we went to the galley.